Atascadero, California. Atascadero is a city in San Luis Obispo County, California, about equidistant from Los Angeles and San Francisco on U.S. Route 101. Atascadero is part of the San Luis Obispo-Paso Robles metropolitan statistical area, which encompasses the extents of the county. Atascadero is farther inland than most other cities in the county, and as a result, usually experiences warmer, drier summers, and cooler winters than other nearby cities such as San Luis Obispo and Pismo Beach. The main freeway through town is the US 101. The nearby state routes 41 and 46 provide access to the Pacific Coast and the California Central Valley. Founded by E.G. Lewis in 1913, the city grew to 29,096 people as of 2013. Atascadero State Hospital is located in the city. History. Atascadero is a Spanish word loosely translated as bog, from the verb atascar, which means to become stuck or hindered. Also, in the Obispano language, the site was named Tzkaikiyi, which translates into a place of much water. The area was originally home to the Salinan Indians. In the half-century between 1769 and 1823, the Spanish Franciscans established 21 missions along the California coast, including the nearby Mission San Miguel Arcangel, and Mission San Luis Obispo de Tolosa. In 1821, Mexico won its independence from Spain, and California became a Mexican province. In 1833, the Mexican government secularized the mission lands. Mexican Governor Juan Alvarado granted Rancho Atascadero to Trifon Garcia in 1842, and Pio Pico granted Pedro Estrada Rancho Asuncion in 1845. Patrick Washington Murphy held ownership of 61,000 acres, 25,000 ha, at one time. Edward Gardner Lewis, a magazine publisher from the East, founded Atascadero in 1913 as a utopian, planned colony. He had previously created such a community, at University City, Missouri. After purchasing the Atascadero Ranch in 1912, Lewis put together a group of investors, paid J.H. Henry $37.50 per acre, $93/ha, and celebrated acquisition of the ranch on July 4, 1913. As investors came to homestead the land that they had bought with their down payments, the area was transformed into a tent city with tents situated on land now occupied by Century Plaza and Bank of America. Lewis employed the services of experts in agriculture, engineering, and city planning to develop his dream colony for the anticipated 30,000 residents. In 1914, the land was surveyed and subdivided. Thousands of acres of orchards were planted, a water system was installed, and construction began on an 18 miles, 29 kilometers, road, now Highway 41 West, through the Santa Lucia Mountains to the ocean, Morro Bay, where Lewis built cottages and a beachfront hotel called the Cloisters. The first civic building in Atascadero, the Printery, had the first rotogravure presses west of Chicago. Lewis then published the Atascadero News newspaper and the Illustrated Review, a photo/news magazine. The centerpiece of Lewis' planned community was an Italian Renaissance-style building, which was the home to Atascadero City Hall and the museum until it was damaged in the 2003 earthquake. After significant upgrades and renovations, the building was reopened in August 2013. Built between 1914 and 1918 with bricks made from local clay, this unique and beautiful building has become one of California's historical landmarks, number 958. Founded in 1913 by Edward Gardner Lewis and incorporated in 1979, the Atascadero Colony as it was known at the time was originally envisioned as a model community. Little evidence of Atascadero's original architecture and urban design remain, as historic buildings and homes have been torn down to make way for more modern developments and the sunken gardens bisected by U.S. Route 101. One of the few surviving examples of original urban design can be found, however, in the Rotunda building located near the junior high school on Palma Avenue in the Sunken Gardens Public Park designed by Walter D. Bliss of San Francisco, Construction was completed in 1918 at a cost of $180,000. It was the headquarters for the Atascadero colony, built of reinforced concrete and locally produced brick. It had also served as a private school for boys, a veterans memorial building, and county offices. Location: 6500 Palma Avenue, Atascadero. This building was purchased by San Luis Obispo County in the 1950s as a memorial building. The building housed the county library, Atascadero Historical Social Museum, and then the city offices following incorporation in 1979. The historic City Hall is adorned with a 40 feet, 12 m, dome atop the third story, originally intended to house the library. The building was designated a California Historical Landmark. The City Hall was damaged by the magnitude 6.5 San Simeon earthquake on the morning of December 22, 2003. Another example of Atascadero's early architecture is the Carlton Hotel, built in 1929, located just west of the Sunken Gardens on El Camino Real, the city's main commercial street. Vacant since 1987, the building was rejuvenated, costing an estimated $15 million and completed in 2003. The Skatherm House was developed in Atascadero. This private home pioneered solar-powered cooling and heating using an integrated rooftop water system. Solar roof ponds are unique solar heating and cooling systems developed by Harold Hay in the 1960s. A basic system consists of a roof-mounted water bladder with a movable insulating cover. This system can control heat exchange between interior and exterior environments by covering and uncovering the bladder between night and day. When heating is a concern, the bladder is uncovered during the day, allowing sunlight to warm the water bladder and store heat for evening use. When cooling is a concern, the covered bladder draws heat from the building's interior during the day and is uncovered at night to radiate heat to the cooler atmosphere. The Skatherm House in Atascadero, California uses a prototype roof pond for heating and cooling. Atascadero is nearby the Carrizo Plain, a center for large-scale photovoltaic solar energy projects that are planned to reach the gigawatt scale by 2012. Geography. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 26.1 square miles, 68 square kilometers, of which 25.6 square miles, 66 square kilometers, is land and 0.5 square miles, 1.3 square kilometers, or 1.87% is water. Atascadero is geographically the largest city in San Luis Obispo County. Climate. Atascadero experiences a warm summer Mediterranean, CSB, climate with a high degree of diurnal temperature variation. Demographics. 2010. The 2010 United States Census reported that Atascadero had a population of 28,310. The population density was 1,083.5 people per square mile, 418.3/km superscript 2. The racial makeup of Atascadero was 24,457, 86.4%. White, 585, 2.1%. African American, 295, 1.0%. Native American, 685, 2.4%. Asian, 57, 0.2%. Pacific Islander, 1,205, 4.3%, from other races, and 1,026, 3.6%, from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 4,429 persons, 15.6%. The census reported that 26,986 people, 95.3% of the population, lived in households, 224, 0.8%, lived in non-institutionalized group quarters, and 1,100, 3.9%, were institutionalized. There were 10,737 households, out of which 3,428, 31.9%, had children under the age of 18 living in them, 5,681, 52.9%, were opposite-sex married couples living together, 1,185, 11.0%, had a female householder with no husband present, 538, 5.0%, had a male householder with no wife present. There were 661, 6.2%, unmarried opposite-sex partnerships, and 112, 1.0%, same-sex married couples or partnerships. 2,497 households, 23.3%, were made up of individuals, and 879, 8.2%, had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.51. There were 7,404 families, 69.0% of all households. The average family size was 2.94. The population was spread out with 6,068 people, 21.4%, under the age of 18, 2,280 people, 8.1%, aged 18 to 24, 7,244 people, 25.6%, aged 25 to 44, 9,032 people, 31.9%, aged 45 to 64, and 3,686 people, 13.0%, who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 41.0 years. For every 100 females, there were 103.2 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 103.5 males. There were 11,505 housing units at an average density of 440.3 per square mile, 170.0/km superscript 2, of which 6,827, 63.6%, were owner-occupied, and 3,910, 36.4%, were occupied by renters. The homeowner vacancy rate was 2.2%, the rental vacancy rate was 5.8%. 17,470 people, 61.7% of the population, lived in owner-occupied housing units, and 9,516 people, 33.6%, lived in rental housing units. 2000. According to the 2000 census, there were 26,411 people, 9,531 households, and 6,814 families residing in the city. The population density was 987.8 per square mile, 381.4/km superscript 2. There were 9,848 housing units at an average density of 368.3 per square mile, 142.2/km superscript 2. The racial makeup of the city was 88.79% white, 2.36% African American, 0.94% Native American, 1.27% Asian, 0.11% Pacific Islander, 3.19% from other races, and 3.34% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 10.54% of the population. There were 9,531 households, of which 35.9% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 55.5% were married couples living together, 11.4% had a female householder with no husband present, and 28.5% were non-families. 22.0% of all households were made up of individuals, and 8.1% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.62 and the average family size was 3.05. In the city, the population was spread out with 25.6% under the age of 18, 8.3% from 18 to 24, 28.8% from 25 to 44, 25.8% from 45 to 64, and 11.5% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 38 years. For every 100 females, there were 106.2 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 105.4 males. The median income for a household in the city was $48,725, and the median income for a family was $55,009. Males had a median income of $41,692 versus $29,740 for females. The per capita income for the city was $20,029. About 6.9% of families and 9.0% of the population were below the poverty line, including 10.7% of those under age 18 and 6.3% of those age 65 or over. Downtown. Downtown Atascadero is home to art galleries, restaurants, microbreweries, wine bars, and a movie theater. There are many redevelopment projects underway and planned in downtown, including the rebuilding of Colony Square, the Downtown Entertainment District. Government. Atascadero is a general law city, governed by a city council. The council consists of 5 members, elected at large, a mayor, who serves a 2-year term, and 4 council members, who serve 4-year terms. In the California State Legislature, Atascadero is located in the 17th Senate District, represented by Democrat Bill Monning, and the 35th Assembly District, represented by Republican Jordan Cunningham. In the United States House of Representatives, Atascadero is in California's 24th Congressional District, represented by Democrat Salud Carbajal. Annual events. Sweetheart Stroll, Downtown, Saturday before Valentine's Day, February Wildflower Bike Ride, April Central Coast Cinco de Mayo, Saturday before May 5 Atascadero Lakeside Wine Festival, Atascadero Lakeside Park, Saturday, June Tuesdays in the Park Community Barbecue, Atascadero Lakeside Park, June to August Saturday in the Park Summer Concert Series, Atascadero Lakeside Park, June to August Ice Cream Zouaverie at the Zoo, July Movies in the Gardens at Sunken Gardens, August Hot El Camino. Cruise Night, huge car cruise on Friday evening, August Midstate Cruisers Car Show, Atascadero Lakeside Park, Saturday, August Colony Days Parade and Celebration, Downtown, 3rd Saturday in October Halloween Zubu at the Zoo, October Holiday Boutique at the Pavilion on the Lake, 3rd Saturday, November Atascadero's annual holiday lighting ceremony, 1st Friday December Downtown Winter Wonderland, Downtown, 2nd Friday in December Zoo Holiday Magic at the Charles Paddock Zoo. 3rd Saturday December. More information, www.visitatascadero.com. Transportation. Freeways and highways. Atascadero is at the major ground transport intersection of the Freeway US 101 and the CA State Route 41, exactly halfway between Los Angeles and San Francisco on the US 101, with direct eastbound access to the San Joaquin Valley and Interstate 5 and the Yosemite Freeway. Atascadero is currently serviced by 1 freeway and 1 highway. Rail transportation. The Union Pacific Coast Line between Burbank, Los Angeles, and San Jose runs through Atascadero, carrying Amtrak's Coast Starlight passenger train through the city. However, no freight or passenger services are provided. The closest passenger railroad stations are Paso Robles Station and San Luis Obispo Station. Amtrak does provide connecting Amtrak Thruway motor coach service to the Atascadero Transit Center. Airports. Atascadero is close to San Luis Obispo's airport. San Luis Obispo County Regional Airport, IATA, SBP, ICAO, KSBP, FAA LID, SBP, also known as McChesney Field, is an airport located in San Luis Obispo, California, serving San Luis Obispo County. The airport is mostly used for general aviation, but is also served by 3 commercial airlines. Located just south of the city of San Luis Obispo, the San Luis Obispo County Regional Airport serves areas as far north as southern Monterey County and as far south as northern Santa Barbara County. The airport offers convenient access to and from the Central Coast. Residents and visitors have the choice of 2 commercial airlines with flights to Los Angeles, Phoenix, San Francisco, and Portland, Oregon. The airport is also home to full-service general aviation and corporate facilities. Education. The Atascadero Unified School District is home to 6 elementary schools, 3 middle/junior high schools, 4 high schools, 2 colleges, and 5+ miscellaneous school sites and programs. Elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, colleges. Sports and recreation. Atascadero Colony Park Community Recreational Center. Atascadero offers its residents and visitors cycling, hiking, golfing, tennis, swimming, and much more. Lake Nacimiento is an 18-mile, 29 kilometers, long lake located about 23 miles, 37 kilometers, northeast of the city up in the Santa Lucia Range. The lake provides ample room for water skiing, wakeboarding, jet skiing, and other water-related activities, in addition to fishing and swimming. Parks. Facilities. Atascadero City Hall. The Atascadero City Hall, also known as the Rotunda, is an icon of the city. Constructed in 1918, this was the founder E.G. Lewis's vision for the utopian community of Atascadero. In 2003, the historic building was damaged by the magnitude 6.6 San Simeon earthquake. The city took over a bowling alley for use as a temporary city hall while the building underwent extensive renovations and retrofitting. In August 2013, after 10 years of closure, the original City Hall building was reopened and currently remains in service. Atascadero Fire Department. The Atascadero City Fire Department is an all-risk fire department that responds to emergencies such as medical aids, structure fires, wildland fires, vehicle traffic collisions, hazardous materials incidents, technical rescues and public service assists. The fire department operates from 2 fire stations. The full-time staff includes 1 fire chief, 1 fire marshal/code enforcement officer and 1 administrative assistant. Atascadero Fire Department. Atascadero Police Department. Atascadero Police Department. Atascadero Public Library. 6555 Capistrano Avenue. Colony Park Community Center. The 18,000 square foot community center includes a full-size gymnasiums, teen center, cafe, arts and crafts center, dance room, conference rooms, and restrooms. Faces of Freedom Veterans Memorial. 9029 Morrow Road, Atascadero, California 93422. Paramedic and Ambulance Services. San Luis Ambulance and Atascadero Fire Department. Ranger House. The Ranger House is located in the Atascadero Lake Park near the pavilion. In popular culture. In the emergency episode, women, a child, Lance Kerwin, suffers from hemlock poisoning, and Dr. Brackett, Robert Fuller, mentions there was a case like this in Atascadero. Atascadero is the setting for the novel Pay It Forward. In the movie The Grifters, 1990, Atascadero is mentioned as the place a former partner in crime of Myra Langtree, played by Annette Bening, has retired to, insinuating that he became an inmate in Atascadero State Hospital for the criminally insane. In the 1990 film My Blue Heaven, they used the City Hall exterior to depict a courthouse and used the police department lobby, which was in the City Hall at the time, to film Steve Martin character signing paperwork, after being bailed out of jail. In the 2017 Netflix series Godless, main character Roy Good's older brother lives in Atascadero, California.